What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle Adventure mode, and we're on episode 27. So, I have been spending the last week or so working on, we got fire making to 120. I did a little bit of thieving here and there, did some rune crafting, built that up pretty much to, where it's at 118. So we're pretty close. I kind of sidetracked off. I was going to come back and do like this lightning gear or whatever, something like that. Maybe work on something that's a little bit more, has a little bit more XP to it. So I was kind of messing around with that, but I don't have enough rune stones for it. Actually, what I was looking at was these staves, the meteorite stave. I actually collected enough mystic logs. That's got really good XP. So I was going to try to finish that off and get this up to 120. I got wood cutting up to 120 because I had to get these mystic logs. So I went ahead and got that up there. I got cooking to 120. So now I can just cook everything in the game. That's good there. I did a little bit of fletching. I worked on these onyx bolts until it was last night. I wasn't sure if I was going to run out of anything or not. So I just cut it off. So we're going to have onyx bolts to go forward with, plenty of onyx bolts to go forward with. And then I worked on thieving last night just to kind of get caught up. So it's been kind of a crazy few days here. This is now Sunday, and Thursday we had a big storm move through. It took out power to like half the city, and then it took them 24 hours to get my power back. Some people had power immediately. Mine just was out for a day. I think there's still people out of power in certain parts of the city, so that sucked. And then I did get my power back, but my AC was kind of on the fritz a little bit. Like I noticed that the copper lines are going to need to be replaced, so I'm waiting for somebody to come by tomorrow to fix that. So it's just been kind of a rough couple of days. But with all that time, I've had a lot of time I haven't been online, I haven't been able to do anything. And with the last video I did for all the mods and everything, I kind of started thinking about how I wanted to go forward with this adventure run. And basically to just shortcut to the end here, I'm going to beat Impending Darkness, and then I'm going to end this adventure run. So that's going to be it. We're going to go through that. I'm kind of trying to get all of these to 120. Basically what I'm looking at now is I want to get we're on the 2nd of July. The modding contest ends on the 5th. So I want to beat Impending Darkness sometime in the next week or so. I don't know that I'm going to get all these skills to 120, but I thought it would be kind of cool to work towards that. And if the combat stuff's going to take a while to get there, a few days for each of those skills, and you're looking at probably a few weeks before I get to 120 and everything. The big deal with that would be to try to do the Impending Darkness event with the max skill cape, or the max superior skill cape, and experience that. But what I've really wanted to do for a long time now is to just start a new game mode, and not hardcore, not standard mode, not adventure mode, any of that. I want to start a new game mode. Like there's that conquest game mode. We've got, even if I started a standard game mode, there is all of those skills and all the stuff we looked at in that mod video. Can use any of that. And I'm really excited to go through and like that music skill or the Abyssal Slayer area. I thought all of that looked awesome. So I'm really looking forward to just doing something brand new. I've experienced the base game, I don't know how many times now. I've had a standard account, 2 hardcore accounts, 2 adventure accounts, and then, I don't know, what did we do? 5 or 6 different speed runs. So there's been plenty of different runs through this game of all the base stuff. And I've done the expansion twice now. So I could finish this adventure account and go through the expansion, but there's not really anything new there. There's nothing different to experience. Once you get through that, it's kind of a stock standard experience, and I'm just kind of ready to move on and do something a little bit different. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is just running out the clock with this one. We're going to beat that Impending Darkness event. And really what I'm curious about, the reason I wanted to do adventure in the first place with this run particular, was to experience the early game again from the very beginning and see how that works with all the new expansion gear. Because all this expansion gear, like some of it's locked behind beating Impending Darkness, but a lot of it isn't. Like this crafting stuff, you can get all these rings and amulets and stuff in here. Actually, I should be focusing on this, try to get this done so I can get all the rest of this and see, because I'm really curious on how everything works on the end game. End game being basically impending darkness. But like I haven't even worried about going and getting the sword out of the dark water, or the sword, oh god, all the weapons out of dark waters. I haven't done that yet. I haven't really done the Unhallowed Wasteland yet. But the creatures aren't very difficult to take on, and even now, like I don't even have a weapon equipped, but even now, well, I mean, I've got this thing, but even if I take this off and go look at this, like my Slayer area reduction without any Slayer area gear is 0%. And that was one of the most difficult things of getting through Impending Darkness, was having to overcome all that Slayer area. But it's completely negated. So I don't have to worry about any of that. I can go in with my best gear and try to beat that. I know it's going to be a tough fight, but I don't know. So that's what I'm looking at doing. And I stopped to go fishing here because I wanted to I was working on getting thieving done, which now that I'm looking at this, I probably shouldn't bother. So I was going to try to go into agility, and I think it's obstacle 15. Going to try to get, is it 15? One of these has, maybe it's 14. Yeah, this one here. I was going to try to get this 75 stealth while thieving and all that, just to try to get thieving done a little bit better, try to finish it off. Really, I should work on crafting, get that done, because I could knock crafting and rune crafting out. But see, here's the thing. There's no real reason to do, I mean, crafting, yes, there is a reason to do that, but rune crafting, there really isn't a reason to get any further on it. Fletching, I mean, we could go into meteorite bolts. Meteorite bolts would be good. Definitely be good for that. But really, like at this point, aside from maxing out 120s in the combat skills, there's really nothing else preventing me from doing Impending Darkness. So that's kind of where I've gotten to. I figured I'd just let these run for a little while, try to see what I could get at 120, and then have access to more gear to make, especially like these onyx bolts. These are going to do more damage than what I've got equipped. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to just see how this impacts the Impending Darkness, how the stuff we've got with the expansion impacts the Impending Darkness. So anyway, that's it. I don't want to ramble on too much about that, but I do want to take advantage of all the new stuff that we're getting from this contest. And this is a run that I wanted to do. I've been wanting to do for a while, but the content wasn't there. So this contest, bringing this content about, is a really good time to do this. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to finish this off at some point. Really, it's whenever I feel like doing it. So I could theoretically get all of this to 120, see how that goes, which is just going to keep making the game easier to do. Or I could just go ahead and beat it, call it a day, and then move on. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Is I want to see how this contest turns out, which is why I'm still working on the 120s on all these skills. I want to see how this contest turns out and then figure out what I want to do from there. And pending that is when I'll decide to finish this off, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how adventure mode is going to run out. And then we're going to start something completely new. Might start one game mode, might start multiples. I don't know. I'm going to see how that works. I want to see, like I'd love to do a hardcore combat only. I'd love to do conquest mode. Conquest mode sounded really cool. If there's any other new game modes that come out of this deal, maybe even just a standard run with all the new stuff that's in there, because there's some really good gear and areas and things like that to check out. So anyway, without rambling too much on, that is the plan for adventure mode. So probably a couple of more episodes at most. I don't really see this going on very much longer, and then we're going to have something new. So anyway, that will do it for this one. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.